And we are live. It's the caveman back outside once again. It's your boy Ghost, aka Joseph Ngala. I got my co-hosts with me.
Yeah, Shed Sungu, aka Mil, you already know. Yeah. Gonna, that's a usual.
Mark.
Yeah, that's the usual. But we have a very special surprise guest for you today.
You had to.
Exactly.
Yeah, introduce
You gotta-
yourself, man.
Yeah, you gotta introduce himself.
It's your Liege. Yeah. Most people are. How do I say this? This is like I'm on a. It's your Liege. You are no caps. Caps L1.
This is your boy.
EGE. Your Liege. It's your boy. Your one and only number 9. Born and bred. Let's get it.
Yeah, my boy, yeah.
It's you've been on here before. This is your second time.
Nah, bro, I haven't been here before.
First time?
I'm actually
Yeah, this is
honored
first
to
time.
be here.
First time, man. Welcome, man.
I'm confusing the times we did some shit with our homie Nam.
Yeah.
So
It was set up, bana.
yeah.
This is how we do it. Tunaifanya outside only.
Yo, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here.
Topic ya leo ni
Yeah, man.
topic ndio tunafaa tu
Yeah, that's the
topic
thing, though.
ndio
Yeah.
tuanze
There's
kubonga.
that one
We
question.
forgot to mention it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Tumesahau
really.
hiyo jamaa. Kuambia the weather.
Bana,
Rooftop as usual.
it's breezy.
Yeah.
Almost no clouds except for just one little crowd.
Yeah, just one little cloud. Yeah, man. Yeah, crazy.
But,
It's sunny.
It's a clear.
Sunny.
It's sunny.
Clear
shit.
sky,
And you have
blue
a jacket
skies.
on, which is funny.
I got a cap on, bro.
I'm feeling the breeze,
blood,
I
man.
got
I'm
a
feeling
cap
the
on.
Man's
so.
never
You're
hot.
that reptilian blood in me, man. Inanisumbua
Here's
sana.
the thing, I tell you one crazy thing. So most people say hi to me early in the morning. I'm talking about 8, 7,
in the morning.
10, around those times, and they'd be like, bro, every time we say hello to you, bro, your hands are cold,
Yaanza
hella cold. I'm like, bro, I'm dead, vampire tapper, you know. I don't know, cause I don't put my hands in my pocket. You know, I guess that's why. But I hate saying hello to
Even
sweaty
me, I
hands.
don't
You know,
like
sweaty
it.
hands. You're like, you can say hi. Okay, you put your all into it. Then their hands are like shaky.
Yeah,
You're reptilian in short.
yeah. Yeah, man.
Is it?
Yeah, ilikuwa tuongelee. Yeah, ilikuwa tuongelee. Is ghetto a scam
Ghetto is a scam.
or a home?
Let's get a
Or
home.
a home.
Scam.
Oh, nice. Let's hear
Yes,
it.
Thoughts.
What's
Oh,
up on our boy, man?
Tuanze na our boy cold blooded.
Yeah. Wewe ndo kwanza umetaja
kama-
namba 8, umeirep.
Yeah.
Mbona umeirep hapo
No,
nini
it is
na
because
nini?
when I say born and bred, it's because I've been raised in Kibera, number 9. And here's the thing, there's a lot to scale out when you're talking about Kibera because it's huge, it's humongous.
huge.
It spans like I don't know how many kilometers.
They're
I don't
like
understand
some-
mentioning.
It's
Sabu,
not- it's not that
sabu.
big.
But it is big because it stretches all the way to Langata,
Langata.
all the way to
To Cyrus.
you know.
Haira is there.
Iris,
Alafu
Zamu.
ukiachi TV, fika from pale
From-
Kenyatta.
Here's the thing.
Teremke hadi hapo.
It's big.
What you'd agree with
Hapa
me.
ndo mwisho.
Yeah,
Hapa
it
jamu.
is.
Eton is the biggest
Ngong Road, Ngong Road. You're driving along like some slums. On your left or on your right, depending on where you're driving. So here's the thing. You'd agree with me when I say Kibera in itself, there are hierarchies, bro.
The hierarchy is I'm getting
Yeah,
what you're
kuna
saying.
hierarchies, yeah.
Like sabuts.
Hierarchies.
Like the hierarchy.
See, there are sabuts like
True.
Makina, Karanja, Otuecho,
Soweto,
Katukera,
yeah,
Soweto.
yeah.
Yeah, the sub.
Okay. But what is it about these places that
Yeah. Makes it
beg the question whether it's a scam or not?
yeah.
For starters, I'm a person who has that point of view where I see I see a glass half full,
Yeah.
besides being, half empty. At the end of the day, we are good. Inborn, it's in us. Circumstances, situations, it's mad. I don't know how to say this because
It's like you find yourself in number 9, you adapt with the environment, you grow up, you become part of it.
that's the thing. If you don't adapt,
Like,
if you don't find a way of coexisting with the people, you drift off.
it will be hard.
It'll be hard for you.
Yeah.
People will be looking at you like, what? You look like some good target. What you got?
So, what makes it a home?
The people, some people. Cause same thing as me saying, born and bred. There are other people, lots of people, born and bred here. Here's the thing, I don't know what they're doing, mind you. But at the end of the day, they're trying to make that one good living out of themselves, because maybe they have a family or they don't.
I don't think you can say that Ati, some good people are not because, and this is not to, when you make these kinds of comments, it's viewed as bashing or something. It's like, no, I'm just spitting facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe it's the same out of every environment. Kuna some specific order that every society goes along with.
I know.
And regardless, even if we could get along with some people, if it doesn't change the fact that you're in a bad situation,
The thing is, bad situations are created by other people, bro. This is not like environmental type of shit.
It
Bro,
doesn't
here's the
matter.
thing.
They always create it, but
It is.
And people always create good situations. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
and that's what I'm trying to point out. Because here's the
Okay.
thing, those people that I'm talking about, most people known from Kibera, here's the thing, scammers, bro. They rob you broad daylight. They don't have nothing to lose, literally. Most people are living at that point in this place. Here's the thing, being in an abyss, it's not just as easy as you saying this guy needs a
As
therapist.
in me, I can question.
I'm not saying he needs a therapist.
Yes,
I'm saying
let me
he's in a
question.
bad situation.
It is. Here's the thing. He is, and he's contemplating a lot of things he could rather
Like-
do than to be there, because he knows.
As
He
in
knows
what,
there's
what
lots
is
of
the
things he
cost?
could do.
As in the main cost yenye imefanya wasee hadi wakaanza kuishi namba 8, unaweza sema ni
Lowest
As in,
cost of living. Lowest
not
cost of
for
living.
the
That's
main cost.
here's the thing. Lowest cost of living. You don't know how people live out here. Utavuka mtaro ndo ingie kwako. Unasema, okay, that's home, and you live there for like a whole decade. Low
Huo
cost
ni
of
kaa
living.
as in ni kaa ni plan.
It is a
Government
plan,
ili
'cause-
plan as in wasee wasafi.
Here's the
For
thing. I kid you not,
controlling.
I'm sure most people out there have a dream.
Yes.
Just like I do, just like you do,
Yeah.
just like everyone else has a dream. So if you thought like, personally, I'd say, I'll ask you from a friend, I guess living, how do they call it? I don't know. You share a room or a house, 2 people, 2 guys, 3 guys, I don't know, depending on the house.
Mostly starting from 3.
3.
Yeah, 3.
You'd rather do that rather than pay like, I don't know, 15 G on yourself,
Like,
for yourself.
It depends on what you're doing. You can.
But who are these guys? Yeah? Who are these guys willing to do this?
Yeah, that's the point. Unajua mimi kwanza, first of all, my opinion on this topic ni kwangu ghetto ni scam. Yeah, it's scam.
Inside job.
Yeah, I
And I-
nilisema one
yeah.
of the reasons.
And I agree with you, but I'm sure we have
Nilisema
differing
one
opinions.
of the reasons, yeah. Nilisema one of the reasons, man.
I-
Mbona ni scam.
Sasa tunajaribu kufind the main cause kenye ilifanya ikakuwa scam.
Because
I-
niggas hapa
here's the
hivi
thing.
jojo kwa inasema ni scam.
I want-
Niggas wanashinda wamedanganyana hapa hivi.
Yeah.
Do you think these people wanaambiana ukweli?
Here's the thing. I can't play the devil's advocate, but here's the thing. I try to be not biased, to say the least. I try to see like from both point of views, because this is my
Yeah,
point of
yeah.
view. I grew up from a home where it's like,
As
you know,
in there's both positive and negative side. But
At the
as
end of
you
the
grow
day,
up, you know the most of the negative.
true. It is, yeah.
Okay, but what makes it at home?
I grew
Yeah,
up here. What do you mean? I
Ama
grew up
tuanze hivi,
here.
ama tuanze hivi.
As
What
in
is your
positive-
definition of home?
Positive side.
I don't know the definition of home to you.
Okay, I get you now. Because here's the thing. While I'd say I feel safe here, most people won't say that. Most people won't say the same. Definitely not. I don't know, because I have some sense of, I don't know. I know the place. I know some people. You know, I know some streets. I can't get lost that easy. Because if you bring someone from
As in
outside,
you're used to
inside
the
here,
energy, as in the environment.
he'd be lost.
Because
If by chance I get him lost, I won't get him back because I don't know, unless we are not in comms, we'd get lost. Basically saying. So here's the thing. For me, I'd say it's safe because I grew up here. Most other people wouldn't. They wouldn't. But here's the thing. People are putting in so much energy and, mind you, love at the same time. Because what, you think you're going to like be stuck here like as a county or as a sub-county or whatever? Because here's the thing. Kibera is like a huge, so mind my language, because here's the thing, huge family of scammers, because I don't know, we'd get robbed any day. People have been killed here.
But-
Okay,
Couple
but
of
acha
days.
nikuulize swali. So, how is that safe? How is that safe? Utasema aje
I
ati
mean, it is.
you feel safe pali people wanakudanganya. People just there, you don't trust anybody. How is
Yeah.
that safe?
What does that make of you? If you're getting lied to, getting scammed. I mean, fool me once, fool me twice, blah, blah, blah. Come on, bro. Bunch of youth out here trying to make a living, and what? All you're doing is getting scammed. It doesn't make any sense. Point being, Kibera is not the best of places to live in. Low cost of living, yeah, but it comes at a cost. Regardless, other places out here, what? You're safer other places. I mean, yeah,
they're
but
much
really,
better.
but really,
Yeah.
you create your own safety, man. You do that. Bro, here's the thing. What? Now I feel like I'm in a court because I don't know what's happening.
To some
You can,
extent.
people are killed in planes. People are killed in car crashes. Some that are conspiracy worthy, but what? It's just slid under the rug. Here's the thing, you're not safe, mate. You create your own safety. I don't want to mention names because at the end of the day, Kibera is not the safest of place to live in. Kawangware, Madare. I
How
can
would you
keep
go
mentioning
about
names.
creating
buying,
your own
yeah.
safety?
You can create your own safety by what? Licensing. There is licensing for a lot of stuff out here. For starters, that away, what? Who are you in touch with? Here's the thing. When I say fool me once, fool me twice, it's because we're living in a day and age. If you're not doing research, if you're not trying to learn what's new, what's happening,
You said
Hujatujibu me.
no, but listen, no, it's all good.
Jamani. Hujatujibu me.
It's all good. Listen,
what? Tell me.
listen. You said, what did you just say? It depends on who you were in touch with.
In
yeah?
touch with who you involve yourself with.
Okay, who you involve yourself with. So it's like you're agreeing
Agree.
that your safety needs to come from somewhere, yeah?
Is the thing.
Partly, at least.
You can't live alone. Are you living
As in
alone?
me, what I
Are you
can
living
add.
alone? Are you living alone? Nah, bro. You
Me
can't
as
say
in,
yes.
Kenya naweza sema Ben, safety inaanza nawe mentally, as in lazima ukuwe mentally safe ndio
True.
uweze kuadapt kwa any environment uone kani conducive. Yeah.
But
No, I agree. But here's the thing. Yeah, the question still lies. The question still lies.
Do you think utakuwa na capability ya any thought ya kukwambia kuja kuishi hapa in any ghetto? Utakuwa na hiyo capability?
Saa hiyo it depends with what you are doing and how much money you are earning. Hiyo ndio itatell mse base unaweza ishi, lakini mse unafaa ukwe kwanza mentally stable ndio hadi adapt na hiyo environment.
But hadi-
As in your environment iko conducive juu ushai make mental lakini physically
What's your point of view?
Okay, so-
Shed?
so-
Here's the thing.
so-
Shed, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. I know this is interrupting the fucking protocol. My
Nah,
French.
uko tu sawa.
What's your point of view? Here's the thing. What's your point of view? Why you give me that point of view whereby Kibera ain't safe? I don't know what you're saying. Kibera ain't safe. You
Yeah.
can't raise a family. You can't have
Yeah.
a living there.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're saying.
Yeah, like first of all, safety ni wewe kupunguza the dangers in your life, sindio?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what safety
Okay.
is, sindio?
Yeah,
So
it's
unapunguza the
that
dangers.
But what
So
does
you-
that mean?
So you
But what does that
putting
mean?
you putting yourself in a environment ni chaotic, you're not being safe. Umefeel inamaanisha uko prone kwa vitu mingi za pull down. It's more easy for you to fall than to rise. Inakuweka kwa hii mode ya survival, stick only in one
bro.
place. Inazuia growth.
As much as
As
I'd
in,
like to,
you carry
as
stuff.
much as
Ona,
I'd
in
like to
life,
agree
lazima
with you,
upush,
here's the thing.
lazima push away certain things.
Yeah.
Ndio usikue, ndio akili yako ifocus, lazima utoe vitu zingine.
And
Focus on one thing.
exactly.
Ndio utamove. Cause wewe niambia unafikiria cholera vile itakushika. Unaona like uko kwa nyumba, keja yako mtaro inapita
Oh, I
katikati. Kukinyesha una wall, roof bado ina leak. Hiyo time ya kukaa
But
down yenyewe ufikirie
But
how you should be living.
But
Like,
here's the thing.
unatoa
Here's the
sketchy.
thing. I ask you a question.
Let
Okay,
me
so
say this.
I'll
Fia.
say it.
I feel like
I hope I don't forget.
I feel like I need to get it out of the way. Like unasema safety starts with you. But I feel like that. Okay, we all know that. I couldn't say who's alive right now
True.
who isn't concerned about taking care of themselves
Yeah.
to some degree. Or,
Yeah.
like in terms of their own safety, making sure they're not stabbed or
Yeah, yeah,
anything,
no,
or
no
a wall
cap.
doesn't fall down
Yeah.
on them. That's not something worth mentioning. You know?
But here's the thing. When he says that, here's the thing. I said, as much as it looks some type of way, it is ambiguous. Because, I mean, why would you? Most people who live in that situation, and I know you'd agree with me, are people who have been
As in
Born there.
circumstance.
no circumstance born there. Nobody moves to Kibera. People move to Jamhuri.
Let me stop.
No.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you.
Jamhuri, Langata, High Rise. I can keep on mentioning names because this is the thing. I mean, what? So you move from
People
where?
move from ghetto to ghetto. Do you get my point?
And where were they born?
In the ghetto.
Exactly.
Sasa uoni na agree na point yangu like inazuia
He
growth?
does. He does agree.
Hakuna
My point
growth.
being, here's the thing. When I said low cost of living, I'm talking for other people because here's the thing. They can move to Jamhuri for starters. They can live there. When I said we can live 3 people in a room, or a bedsitter, or I don't know, single bedroom, we can keep mentioning names, bro. Here's the thing. I'm not just trying to play devil's advocate for Kibera, but here's the thing. I'm playing devil's advocate. Point being, I see a glass half full has here's the thing, has mad lots of potential, just like Kenya. And it does like in Kenya. We have lots of blame games, but I don't do that, bro. I don't do mentioning. No, I don't do that, bro, because it doesn't help anyone.
Right.
People are sane. People just don't. You can't move from I don't know where, Ruiru, Kawangware. Kawangware is just like you. So what are you asking me again? Here's the thing. I agree with you. This is no place. I can say this. This is no place to raise a kid or a family. That one I can agree. But most people
But
are,
I feel like
are
if you-
circumstantial in that in
No,
that
I
case.
And why,
understand what
why
you're
do you
saying.
say that? And why do you say that?
I say that people are circumstantial. People put themselves in debt. People are asking. There are lots of loan services out here. People ask for loans just to, I don't know, do what? Businesses. People gave us other loans. But where did it help?
Right.
I don't know. Is it our point of view?
Those
Is it
loans,
how
they
we mind
mostly use
ourselves?
to solve their problems.
Yeah, unajua hizo loans zinawanga za nini? Yeah, they use it.
To solve problems instead
Yeah.
of creating business
See
to
ati ina
to
create.
earn more money.
a
Bro,
way
we're
of
talking about
create.
this jana.
Yeah, see, no, that's why nakwambia the ghetto, it's not a place unaweza sema ni safe. Because
I
kama
agree
ina
at some
limit,
point, I do.
ina limit your potential.
Your
It does.
mindset.
Umeti?
It does. It does.
Yeah, ina kucrash.
And we can talk
Yeah.
a lot about that.
And,
'cause-
and you're mentioning how it's circumstantial. Like you're just pointing to a bigger problem. Really, we don't help each other as a
Yeah.
nation because we mentioned a group of people. Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
nation.
Yeah, as a nation.
As a nation, we're
No, no,
not. But there are some
exactly.
people who are actually helping out.
But you can make that argument for anything, bro. That's
Yeah,
very black
for
and white.
anything,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Like Uma mentioned how there's people who move to high-rise Westlands and all these fancy places. It's like, yeah, but what about these people in Kibera who don't know any better? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
What about these
Bona, there's
The ghetto
that
society
gap,
itself.
Sasa.
Now that's some self-awareness that needs to be ingrown within us that
the
we're
ghetto
still
itself.
not yet into. Because there's some couple of people who are there. There are people who are aware. They're actually helping out. I like Shofko. Shofko has been there for the longest while now. And it has helped out like a couple of youths out here.
Right.
You
A
should
couple.
mostly encourage sports
And other stuff. I'm not keen
Yes,
on
it's
the
a scam
detail.
As
It's
in
scam,
mostly-
I'll say it. Mi naisema, mi siwezi fuga. Any organization
It's
iko
a
in the
scam.
ghetto,
It's
it's a
a-
fucking scam.
Inside job.
We
with
can
the
argue that.
government.
We-
Yeah, it's
And
a
here's our
job.
arguments, yeah? And we're not trying to pressure you or anything. These
Yeah.
are just opinions.
I
yeah?
understand,
I didn't even know these guys were going to
I
bring up
get
these
you.
arguments. These are just spontaneous.
This
Yeah.
is
Came
one
up
of those
here and
days. This
gathered.
is one of those days.
But I would argue, Pia, that these organizations
They're scammers.
not all, no.
Like,
Let's.
in
I want to
mostly-
take a step back. Don't,
mostly.
okay, I'll agree with that to some extent. But Pia, I feel like, really, man, how come basi hizo organizations zinaendelea kuongezeka? It's like the
Yeah.
problem is
How
getting
come?
worse.
Yeah.
It's the same as
You know.
compassion. shady shit.
Because
As in the
Connie
same
will
shit,
be
mostly-
will be talking about all these NGOs and charities helping us for the rest of our lives like it's a good thing. You know.
No,
No,
Cap. Yeah,
you feel me, you
it
feel
does wrong up. It does. Because here's the thing. It does look sketchy. And I have nothing to say now.
And this links back to my last point. It's like ulikuwa unasema, oh, you say, you know, it's very vague.
I don't wanna say. Here's the thing.
It's very vague because if people lose their homes and shit, what's that? Of course, kutakuwa na charity always.
Always.
But that's not the issue. The issue is fixing what actually caused that. You know what is
Yeah.
Now you know that's not my problem, but I get that problem because it is a withstanding problem as we speak, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not, and we
And I
have.
get you, yeah.
Okay, we only have one body to blame for that. Because here's the thing, they'd blind us with a couple of things, and I know I'm beating around the bush. That's so what
Okay.
of me, but it's not fair. They blind us. Money is one treacherous thing. It is treacherous because you're one person born of honorable family, to say the least. But just because of that platform, you decide Kenya mine, innit?
Now you see mbona nilifanya nikasema we speak about this shit. cause ulini remind ya hiyo mentality ya kurep. Kumbuka tukiongelea about what's on
Yeah,
rep food,
rep in the homies, yeah.
alafu at the end of the day mnaenda hapa hakuna kitu mmefanya unaona hiyo ghetto mentality. Wanafaa waanze sasa kuwa aware that hey,
I tell you
it's high
something
time we
sick.
do something about
I
this
tell you
shit.
something sick about myself. I tell myself I don't like talking about politics because past the fact that you are aware, what can you do about it? Okay, you spread the word, you do. What can you do, bro? That ain't enough. It ain't enough. What can you do? That's what I'm literally living with. That's like at the back of my head when
But
someone
that's
mentioned names.
that's like some self.
Don't.
My bad. I don't mean to interrupt, bro. I just have to say this.
Yeah, lazima really address you.
Because-
Lazima ustopiwe mapema.
Now you made me lose my train of thought. What were you even saying?
Because here's the thing. What, you're trying to... Shady,
No.
you're saying something?
Yeah. I was saying it's
Shady,
almost
you're
self-limiting. I know you don't want me to get this point across.
No, it is.
Because why is that the solution now? Because Unona, that's clearly a dead end. Unona.
But
The
they say
thing is, all these things that have been set up by not only history, but people just like you, not too long ago, to try and figure these problems out. So we'll just abandon that and say, what can we do about it? What kind of self-defeating mentality?
No, I
is
understand
that?
what you say, but here's the thing. I said, there's the awareness. You can't go past the awareness. I'm not living in ignorance, mate. But I understand your case. And I can put you in the same mentality because here's the thing. What you're doing is spreading awareness. And I like that. That's why I'm here. Bro, here's the thing. There's nothing you can say you'd wake up today that you could do today and that would lead to an eruption of, a revolution. Scrap that to, changes.
You can.
Yeah, why say that?
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
Because unajua inaanza na nani?
Exactly.
Inaanza na wewe.
And it already did.
Inaanza
that.
acha sasa nikupe a good example. Ni kama umalaya. Okay. Sawa. Umalaya inataka parties kuagree, si ndio? The other one party kuagree. Kama mse mmoja ameamua okay mimi ni ho. Acha niambia say mimi ni ho. Yeah. You ho it exists if I say okay, keep on saying yes.
We're hoes, bro.
The moment mse atalia no.
Itaanza
No.
kuchange mindset.
Ita change mindset, unaona? Itafanya mse aanze kujifikiria more. Akuwe more open minded, aone yenyewe there's more to life than just being a fucking hoe.
Knock out.
That's how it na inaanza na ni ile mkicorrectiana tukifundishana kucorrect each other.
Nice.
Like unaweza face your brother mwambie hey man, look what I do. Itatufuck up manze, itatufuck up.
Just my.
Abusikia thought yangu kwanza. You feel me? Kuwekana aware. Ukiona msako tu emotion pia na uko aware that hey nigga mwanaume pia afaa kuwa na emotions. Anafaa kuwa na control over hizo emotions.
Exactly.
You point that shit out. Even though change ina happen, even though a revolution ina happen.
It does.
Because lazima pia uko unaishi according to what you preach.
Exactly.
Knock out.
Yeah.
And always say, I don't have nothing to preach.
Yeah,
you
you always have something to preach.
You know.
Na huwezi sema ati uko comfortable with the bad life.
You,
Hakuna msa
That's a
anataka bad
lie.
life. Tunataka comfort. That's why tuna build every day. As humans, tunadai hiyo comfort. That's why tulitoka from the jungle. Hakukuwa comfortable huko hivyo.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Bro, like, we're not even physically adapted to be in the wild anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Sasa ukirudi huko ni normal.
It's not your home. It's not your home no longer.
Yeah.
Because
Point being, here's the thing, and that brings us back. At that point when you said you're going back, it's like that's no home no longer, bro. You just might get killed.
Yeah, you see home.
That's the point. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, then you passed.
Yeah.
Nice. Because here's the thing, I was a guy saying I was aware.
right now, if you go into the wilderness, you have to bring a piece of civilization with
With
you.
you.
Yeah.
There's no other way you can go about it.
What?
So, yeah.
LM what?
That's basically our main argument here. I would say, like,
I see
if we
that
had a
now.
motto, that's what we would,
That's
we
a-
would write on a fucking
That's a
billboard
huge
or
picture.
something.
Yeah.
But you know, if you see anything that's sketchy for human beings to be doing at this point in evolution, deny that shit because
Yeah.
it doesn't work. It doesn't have to be explained to you to some, unajua, rigid manner.
Bana.
If let's say you see some guy up beating the fuck out of a woman, you're not gonna really
Don't accept that. Yeah.
Of course,
why
yeah.
would
If
you do that?
if she's stabbing the guy,
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
how-
tune that
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, ati itabidi amefall.
You shanking that?
Itabidi
As
amefall.
in,
Kwa sasa hiyo ni threat
Shanking
sasa.
that.
okay, let me not even. Some
I-
guy shitting apple right in the middle of the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna what's his backstory? How is he? Why? You know what led him to this? You have to stop that immediately.
Yeah.
It's like
Naambia bana
that.
tuli evolve from this manze.
Yeah,
Tulishatoka.
Why would you put a human being? I was sit at some place with some homie of mine, and it's like talking, and this cat out of nowhere, in the middle of
as
a
in,
whole
let me add
conversation, just
something.
start taking out.
As in,
Yeah.
naweza sema nini mostly ndo
We stopped there like, yo, what you
Yeah,
doing?
as in,
you know.
mostly mnaweza sema nini ndo the main cause ilifanya wasa wakaanza kuishi ghetto as in government unaweza sema tu kwa hiyo
Mimi self choice.
self choice.
Yeah.
You said repeat
That
the
was the whole
question.
thing that we put out
What
there.
what put people in the ghetto?
Nini? Yeah, the reasons. Mimi nimesema moja, one of the reasons.
As in si
ni
pia
self-choice.
government, mi naona government pia iko part juu hao ndo wanafaa wa change environment. They are the leaders.
Me-
But government wako na bado bad influence.
Bad
per se.
influence.
Yeah, hiyo
Of
ni
course.
another reason, yeah. Yeah.
Of course. But I would also put the blame on the original settlers
Individuals,
of
as
Yeah.
in
Nimesema hiyo self choice. Ni msana
Self-choice,
choice.
yeah.
because
everything is
after
up
all, hata kama government didn't do their part so much,
Yeah.
education still got there.
to- but we have
Water,
Everything
food,
imefika,
everything
yeah.
got there.
Umeti-
Otherwise, ingekuwa isha abandoned
Yeah.
or
Watu
something.
si wanaishi and all that shit.
Ingekuwa hadi wase wamedead
Hizo
or
ndo
something.
question.
But they got all these resources, but still,
Yeah.
no.
But hiyo
no.
swali yako iko
no.
bie cause wasa wanafaa realize reasons zinaweza kuwa mingi but kuna
See,
zile
mostly-
major one.
Mostly
don't
most
have
people
anything to
depend
build
on
on.
Yeah.
government for improvement. Na inafaa ianze na the way you have said self choice and then
Yeah.
other things ndio zinafall.
Unafaa kuwa aware, unafaa ujue like hii kitu ikifeli,
like
unafaa kuwa
government-
able pia wewe kujifanyia.
What do you guys? What do you guys think makes people lose that capability to see that they have self-choice or make decisions that affect other people?
Kitu inafanya wana lose hiyo.
Self choice.
Yeah. To see that they want to affect society as soon as they're adults, whatever they do.
Me what I
Trauma.
can say is even the way the system has been arranged ina keep wase bado in that level
True.
Yeah.
iko na much influence.
So
Bado hizo trauma,
Yeah,
shit,
they
Yeah,
kind of
trauma,
linked.
fear.
mental
Yeah.
issue.
So you know, it sounds like I don't know. I say you mentioned these things. It sounds like you're being kind of pessimistic in a way, but it's like it's kind of what it is. It's the truth.
Yeah, it's the
like we
truth.
kind of
It
have
is,
a
it
mass
is.
psychosis going on
Yeah.
over here. And
Mi husema it's ni funny bana a human kukataza a fellow human on talking about human shit. Like mi ni binadamu. Nikikaa kukwambia something yenye uko nayo
Yeah,
yenye ni
yeah.
human inamaanisha na I understand,
I
nimeiona, si
understand.
lazima
Just
nikuwe
yeah.
mi mwenyewe nime go through your shit.
yeah.
Kuna wase na interact na watu
True.
na wase wote wako different, so na understand hiyo issue, so inaweka another human capable of telling you anything.
It's because hatuzoeshi wase could build on these things, unajua?
Yeah.
Like, okay, these are the problems. Let's put niggas in a lab to try and solve that issue. We
Yeah.
always have to depend on somebody else for that, which kind of sasa leads to a slave mentality when you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
go DIY.
You know, I've been
Yeah,
living.
man.
Wase wanaku question, hey,
Yeah.
he's doing it by himself. What the fuck, bro?
What's happening? What's it doing? Here's the
Na
thing,
tunasahau it always takes one person kufanya kitu. Yeah? They move the whole hand.
No.
Lazima ikuwe msako.
No,
Lazima ukuwe na hiyo solitude.
Look,
They'll
even a
come with
ship,
something new.
even a bunch of ship, bro. Like they see one ship going some other way.
Yeah.
They just might follow that guy, bro.
Yeah, alafu zinaenda up kwa roof, unaona?
Here's the thing,
Zipata kwa roof.
I'm always thinking by myself, and I'm like, I don't know. I know the way I am. I'm sure I'm just like any other human out here. Some self of introspection. I don't know. You don't reach some place and you're like, wow, what I did at that point in time just wasn't, to say the least, it was uncalled for. I don't know. Do other people actually have that? To be like,
Yeah. You're mentioning a really good point.
because I was like, here's the thing, I made a deal. I made a huge deal. Save to these guys and these other guys, I actually made it. I actually did. So I'm signing this signature. You know, you're feeling some type of way. You sign that. Then what? You eat it all by yourself. Don't we have that sense of, I don't know, introspect? I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
we don't check ourselves. What are you? People are out of pocket.
People lack introspect and the capability to assess others. We don't have that. Yeah, to communicate basically.
What is that? It's just sick.
Yeah, we know how to communicate.
It's sick. So when you try to tell people, organize yourselves, I'm okay, a force in this case, to do something that resembles order,
As in
bro, the
something
whole
that will
system just
encourage
becomes a lie.
Collapse.
Yeah.
It collapses.
Because it's like me going into some Chinese office. Everybody's speaking Chinese. I'm being put in to sit in a desk. There's a computer in front of me. Everything is in Chinese. I'm like, go, do your thing.
Do
bro.
your thing.
Do your thing. And they're holding a gun to my head so I have to type and shit. It's like, what are we doing?
What are we?
You have two choices
get
in that situation. You just accept your fate and die,
Or
you
say, I don't know
continue.
what. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie to yourself.
Yeah. You can say in your head, Sasa, oh, this is English. We're not talking
People
English.
do that. Now people
Yeah.
do that. I bet people do that.
You start translating into
Your own,
like, in your own way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the thing,
That's
for
fucked up.
them it works. I don't know. It's people need therapy. Whilst I'll say other people don't, because once you get yourself in a room where you check yourself on a constant. I'm a person who I'd be like, today I'm hella vexed. I was telling you, Shad. Today I'm hella vexed. I don't know. I'm feeling some type of way. I feel out of place. I don't know. I just can't clear my head. It's on a loop. Beat that. It's on a loop times 100. And I'm like, I can't. So, you have to like, for someone like me, I stand up. I go out for a walk. Take a long walk. No music. Just me and my thoughts. So what are you saying, man? I can't sleep. Amnesia. You don't wanna be hit with some bout of amnesia. Insomnia. My bad. My bad. Insomnia sucks because this is the thing. I don't know. I keep saying amnesia because at the end of the day, I know. So I don't wanna hit some bout of insomnia. So I take the walk. Take a long walk. Everything out, no one else, just me. I say hellos. I don't have a frown on my face. No a smile. I don't have smiles. I mean, make me laugh, but there's no a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Because what's that smile about? The day ends. Me and my walk. Do you know what I come to? I come to conclusions. What I've gathered. So basically, there's this guy. Basically, there's you. Basically, there's the whole three of you. Something like that. Like, I'm just trying to point like a whole point of view of my introspect, because then at the end of the day, I'm actually good. I can talk to other people. I can make a conversation. I can listen to my music and actually feel good about my music that I listen to. Because I cleared my head. I understood what needed to be done. You doing that allows you room to say, now I can breathe, now I can sigh, at least I can smile. Because I allowed myself to go back into that dark cage that eats your mind. Everyone has their demons. I won't lie. Everyone do have their demons. You'd feel like yours is on overtime like me, I understand. That's why I'd take the walk. No music, just me and my thoughts. That huge, long bout of a battle. Then you clear your head, you understand everything is clear.
But that takes for you to understand that
Yes,
there's some sort of order in this world.
And you're not lying to
that
yourself
you
at
have
the
to,
same time.
you have to align with, you know?
Yeah.
Some people don't have that. I don't know if you've observed.
No,
it.
I have. That's why I'm not
Did
saying.
you-
I'm not
yeah.
trying to say like, yeah.
Unavyodu umesema demons, yeah. Ni juu people don't want to accept that they have demons.
People don't
Watai
understand.
because unajua your demons haziko hapo kukuweka down. Ziko hapo kukufundisha. Like hey, unafaa move a certain way. Hey, inakuweka where you realize what you're capable of.
True. I mentioned an abyss in my bout of trying to like explain myself. That abyss is dark. Suicide is a thing. Now I'd say okay, maybe I wouldn't fight for politics as much, but suicide I here's the thing. I've been in a place where you wouldn't expect, mind me, someone would, a young guy, but of course maybe, I don't know, early 30s. I'm just trying to like weigh my, I'm a young guy. We know that place is of convenience. Maybe you're trying to watch ball. And it'd be like, he'd tell you his sorrows. Let me say that. He'd tell you his sorrows. And you're strangers. Mind you, before being interrupted, I didn't want to be interrupted. I was minding my own business. I had a long day, I guess. But then, he'd start with that. And you know what I'd do? I'd clear my head, clear my heart, and just listen to the guy. He'd spill it. People are living with so much pain out here. I'd be like, I understand. As much as it looks like there's no light at that tunnel, just go a couple of yards, imagine there's a tiny bit of light. And I'd do that, whatever I was going through that day would be forgotten.
You know, but I
Past
feel like
news.
Yeah,
We've
maybe
reached
niko
a
na
point.
different opinion na suicide.
we've reached a point where information imetufikisha hapa, unajua. I don't know.
21st century, hey.
Yeah, like it
Information
can either
stuff.
break you or
Ni
make
like
you.
a winner
Thank
in
you.
But
a
it's
straight
not.
stuff,
It's not your.
There's
decision
no
whether-
in between. There's just
Yeah,
yeah.
the information is just there. So, unapata in such moments, it's always something to learn about, to overcome. You know what I'm saying? You have to,
Get
like,
in touch with.
if you're living, you have to overcome situations. That's just what it is. You know what I'm
True.
saying? How can you overcome situations? By learning. What's the main way to learn? Well, now you just trace
Search.
back things like history. These topics can't lie to you.
They won't.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're
Most of the time,
essentially
history
asking
repeats
yourself,
itself.
what have people been teaching other people for time and time again?
Tell
You know?
me. You know.
That's the kind of information
True.
cycle
Research.
that you should be in.
Yeah.
You know, so you can avoid.
And you know, we
these
have
situations.
people like that. We have to agree we do have people like that, bro. We do. To get those news.
Exactly.
Kind of
It's-
KNLS,
no,
because
it's
I like
iko out there.
KNLS.
Iko
Those
out
guys
there.
are doing the best. That libraries are, something to cherish.
Yeah.
But research will come from our. I learn something new every day, but by just interacting with someone.
Yeah.
I can say that.
yeah, that information I easy put there, man.
Yeah. Hapo kwa suicide, man.
Yeah, you had something to say. True.
Yeah, I have a different opinion. I feel like si kitu ya kukua kuihurumia.
Kuirumia, like,
Yes, feel kani kitu ya kuihurumia like
Puny,
ni a
to say
state
the least.
mse. To me it's weakness because
It is puny
nimekuwa kwa hiyo
in some
state
way.
na
It
nilirealize
feels weak.
ni weakness.
It feels weak.
Yeah, ilikuwa ilijiquestion sana. Sijai feel hivi.
I feel you, bro.
Nimekuwa ambush nini. Sijai
Yeah.
sijai kimbia
Yeah.
nikuonyesha sign of weakness nini.
Then
But at
this,
that point,
then this. I get you. Say
your
less.
shit ni weakness, man. Siwezi encourage mse yote hapo ati nda
It's
show
not a,
empathy.
it's not a step.
Whatever you're going through, unafaa pia urealize
Uko in that.
hauko solo kwa hiyo
You're
shit.
not.
Kila mse ana go through some shit.
You're not. Yeah.
Na ni kazi yako wewe kuthink and try and find a solution
Before you get to it.
kwa hiyo problem.
You don't have to make me say that someone's
But
going
ukikaa
through
uache
worse,
cause
but
hadi ukikaa muulizwe okay. Ni nini inakuweka suicidal? What will you say?
Yeah, because you know utamuuliza what
Thank
are
you.
doing
Like
about
that's
Yeah.
one hard question.
What will you say?
Why?
Hiyo kitu utasema
And
ndo tutakuuliza okay, wewe unataka kufanya aje ndio wewe unaona
and that's
utafanya aje? What do you need to do?
Exactly.
Ndo why hiyo shit.
You can't
That's
escape
the-
the information
crazy,
cycle.
yeah.
Yeah, huwezi escape hiyo shit. Ni crazy.
'Cause
Na,
that's-
na most of the time watu tunasahau ni most of the time yenye najua hii history ya say kuwa suicidal and shit mostly inakosiwa na shame of failure. Una feel ni kawe ni failure
Yeah, true. It does. Yeah.
na inaletwa because of material shit. Hata si nothing more ni because of material shit.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I can say other cases that bring other people to that situation, bro. This is the thing. Some youth out here, bro. Sad to say, their family.
Yeah, I get it.
Their family.
But
And
still
there's-
applies. Unajua kwa nini?
Yeah, everything still applies, but it's just situations that brought them there. You know, because at the end of the day, some people out here don't understand like law or social ethics, to say the least. They know it to some limit, but don't fully understand it. You know, just because I don't know, bred of you doesn't mean. Of course, there's some certain level of respect that's inbred. That's almost fundamental. But then again, we're human beings, and I'm a human just like you.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Can I speak on that? Like unaona di kiniambia it's family, eh? Na feel century sahi tuko tuli release culture. It means like sahi even if you die, hatuta follow the procedure. The procedure doesn't matter. Because tuli drop a lot of cultural shit, ndio. So when niambie if your family inakusumbua, what's the best action unaweza fanya? Kama uko na issues na wasema hadi. What's the best action unaweza fanya?
Air out there. Yeah, for
Una
starters,
air out
they could
there.
air out, yeah.
Una
They
air
could
out the
air out
problems,
what-
ndio, una speak for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Aya, ukiona speaking for yourself haina impact, you fucking dip. You leave niggas be.
Yeah.
You leave niggas be.
True.
Cause ukiniambia ati okay, hawa sawa nakutesa and you're still there.
No,
Hiyo ni problem ya nani sasa? Is it the family problem or you problem?
It's you.
Masa-
Umeti?
Yeah,
Like
true.
bado hiyo problem inarudi tu kwako. You still have to
I
make
told
those
you, When you were
decisions.
saying those situations,
That's
it's
why.
the same.
Yeah.
It's the same like circumstance, but different situations. Because
Yeah,
it
ni-
always
niggas-
traces back to.
Mi
That's
sema
why
tu
it
niggas
has that
wako afraid of
individual-
starting over.
Yeah.
That's why if you're mistreating your child and shit, niggas will take him away from
Yeah.
you, you know?
Hiyo ndo kitu itape.
Like, you gotta dip, bro. I don't give a fuck whether mnashare DNA.
DNA ama nini.
You're
Ata
sick
deep cause
motherfucker.
tuko na hii kitu ya instinct as an animal bana. Umse ni important kwa hii hard. Kuna role lazima play. So hatutaki usumbue umse. Lazima
Why
umse
would you
akuwe
do
fit,
that?
anafaa apewe vitu anahitaji.
Yeah.
Ndio akuwe productive.
Nice.
Wase tu waache pia kuwa selfish.
Now understand. Now most people are living in that in Kibera.
Yeah, wase waache kuwa.
But in other places too, it's not like
Yeah.
you
No,
know.
it's even a worldwide.
Ni worldwide
is,
incident.
it is.
Kitu tu worldwide. That's why I did the rich hakuna kitu wanafanya
As
about
in
this situation.
Na
They are cool ya kuendesha magari zao in bad roads. Yeah?
Kanye West alitengeneza $3 million just yesterday
Yeah.
from selling some shoes. All he does is walk around with his naked wife.
Why?
What the fuck, man?
With all that money hadi kubaia bibi nguo noma.
I know, right?
But
Sucks.
cause hiyo unataka kuona demo wa Kanye uchi.
What? What is that?
Haituhusu man. Uchi dem ituhusu man.
Man,
She's
I
just
see.
like other females.
Yeah.
You uchi yake
What
ituhusu
you
man.
tryna
You don't
show
need
us?
to see that.
Hey. What? So $1 million? What? Miss me with that.
As in hiyo
Nah,
ilikuwa
like-
tu kuseka
Yeah, man.
attention.
And that's stupid.
Kwani there's not other things she can wear.
The way they
That-
got themselves in that stardom, for starters, is just like, you know.
But there's a lot of things you can wear that signal that you're attractive. So why are you naked?
I know, right?
Yeah.
How's that even? I don't want
Boss
to be with
Ace.
that, man. I'll hit.
Mm.
That's an aura.
Stop
Like,
playing.
you
Y'all
know,
be
I would hit that in
tripping
the
out
dark.
here.
Yeah.
in the dark, alamuli dip. I don't want to be seen.
There's no need, man. There's no need.
But here's the thing, 21st century has shown me a lot. I don't know. I'd say I don't know. I actually am grateful to be born in this century because, for starters, I saw CR7, I saw Messi, I saw Rooney, I saw Van Persie, you know. I saw what? Kobe. So here's the thing. What? P. Diddy is in court.
Pididi Buddha. Pididi alifaa ukasikia Biggie Buddha.
This other guy, Johnny Depp, rep me. Yo, that guy pulled off one hell of a stunt. Amber Heard played herself. That was a movie.
But
Yeah, dog.
Sonona, the kind of information on atupatia is
Yeah.
useless.
Useless.
Useless information.
Useless.
Keeping us.
Mi sitaki kujua kesi ya Young Thug inadu nini. Young Thug tu amalize kesi
Got
yake.
I don't want to
finished.
see. I
Yeah.
don't
Finished,
Depp
though.
and his wife black
Yeah.
in court.
Na hadi si expect Young Thug aibe for
I
long.
know, right?
Unacheck si expect kusikia Young Thug for year. Forever. Zi. Lazima tu stop. Kuna mahali lazima i-stop.
Hey, we gotta get somewhere.
Yeah,
check the time.
lazima to stop.
Maroli
Lazima to
takes-
move forward tuone hey, what's next. So tumejaribu hii, okay, it's done. Cha tusonge mbele.
Yeah, man. What to upend the evolution?
Evolve,
Nataka
man.
drown in that comfortability.
Yeah.
Hata kama it's our superpower, it's still our weakness, you know?
Yeah, it's still a weakness.
It's like, nah, bro, you can't always be comfortable. You have to, the paradox about that is like, now you have to make what makes us comfortable even more comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're never really comfortable,
yeah.
you know?
No, no.
So
Kwa
I
sababu
feel
si wenyewe tuli understand hiyo. Yaani tulijua. That's why vitu
Yeah, it
tunafanya
does
ni
work.
complex.
Yeah.
Do to take time on doing shit, unaona?
yeah,
Even
so
though mna experience comfort.
we shouldn't be hearing niggas. No man, Ali, a lot of big superstars will die at a young age. Alafu tunashangaa. You guys were expecting these guys to be around forever?
Bala.
He
Yeah,
did
kina
for-
MJ. That nigga was
Yeah.
50,
Are you
bro.
kidding?
I love his
Alikuwa
legacy.
nafaa dedi.
Yeah.
He was he
But,
was not dedi.
but even look at the circumstances they died. Maybe they would have lived longer if they packed
would have.
up and left for retirement earlier
Yeah.
on. They would have said, hey, man, simesikia enough.
Probably now.
Yeah,
who knows?
angenawa, labda angenawa. Jo ali sing for
Yeah.
so many
You'd just be at
Toka
home
kwe-
chilling.
But you know, he made a legacy, so you can't repeat that.
But
You
a tour
can't-
at 50, bro.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It is.
Kuna point unafaa uache kuimba.
That's
'Cause
one complex I've always been thinking about, by the way.
See, what do you think killed them?
Is
It
it-
was like, you gotta take
Yo,
drugs so I can perform.
That's
Yeah.
some other stuff that we don't have to like worry about now, bro. But here's the thing, I've been thinking about this one thing. Hitting your peak. Let me say that because I don't have better words to use this. Like hitting your peak. But then, whilst you've made your name or you've engraved your name on maybe, I don't know, Legacy's rock, then you die, mate. Have you ever thought about that? I don't know. Here's the thing. I love Juswal from the bottom of my heart. That guy made That guy mad. I don't know.
That's my mentality.
That
every
guy
day.
mad.
I don't think.
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
lost for words.
I leave something that. Is that I
But
don't
picture that,
expect
bro.
to-
Picture that. He wouldn't have. He. That guy is our peer, bro. We ought to be with him right now.
But I'm
bro.
not gonna now transition into my kids' generations.
I get you,
pianos.
though.
I could play along with other games they're playing.
Yeah.
No, okay. Say less.
You get it, yeah. Like kuna time limit. Kuna always a limit for everything. You pia ina lack kwa hii land yetu tukispeak with this land. The example, the old guys wataki kuacha their work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For the young niggas ndo wapige hiyo shughuli. Bado wako stack.
Look at Snoop Dogg telling people how anti-Semitic.
Are you talking
is
about? Are you
bad.
talking about Snoop Dogg, bro? Are you
Yeah.
talking about Snoop
That's
Dogg?
what I
right
mean.
2021. I can question every time we would have known him
Let's
as an
at
OG.
least talk
Yeah.
about Trump and be done with it. Cause
No.
are you kidding me right now? That guy was what commentator Olympics.
He was
He
a
had
host.
me.
He was like
Yeah,
a
host.
not
Thank-
even a host. He's like a cheerleader of some sort.
Yeah.
Show me that. And I'm like,
As in leadership inadai
A
wasi-
mascot.
if you're going to continue this friendly banter, I would have mentioned then I don't know what Kada. What are those? Like 4,
Yeah, we
5?
could wrap it up with some friendly banter. Yeah.
Kada, like
5.
4, 5. Aye,
5.
Are you kidding me right now?
What do you-
Like, yo, mad props to my.
4-5 is in what? Grammys.
Yeah,
Grammys.
him
Ah.
beside like Beyonce, I guess.
They
Don't know, a couple of
overhyped him because of that one song.
I know that.
Come
Not
on.
like that.
ones. It's cool.
Ati, hey, man,
It's
you
cool.
kill up to crowd.
It's cool.
Bro, you don't see.
Ni
bro.
pressure hizo.
Like,
I didn't even
Alafu
like
wase sasa hiyo wanaanza
Right.
kuziweka like ati wanaanza kuziconnect na community and shit.
Yeah.
Na ina any influence.
Mfanye wakae nikaa is like a fucking god or something, nikaa mfanye something
Yeah,
major.
shit ni
Na kitu walidu ni
useless,
kutukanana tu like a bunch of teenagers.
By the way, I don't know if this was a whole plot
Makes
just
no
to
goddamn
get
sense.
Drake
Yeah.
down to his bottom. I guess they're doing a good job because yeah.
Wapi.
That
guy
Wame-
retired.
wamepatia mse more popular. You know what? He was still the biggest streamed artist
As
on
in,
Spotify.
can you
in
realize
January.
that?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
Can you
So,
realize that?
you know what that
cool.
see like it shows you that Kendrick life is fake to some extent because huku wase wanacheza
And the other thing,
yeye
I don't want
minor.
to get into that.
But his
'cause,
friends
yeah,
low key
Yeah.
wanasikiza the
Wanaenda wanasikiza the hope.
man.
Yeah, najua ni fucked up cause yeah.
It is.
Najua the
Hiyo kitu
listens
ni
bana.
skinny generation, as in the
Ah,
same
it-
shit Tupac alikuwa na.
Here's the thing, I don't know. For me, I took like when Kendrick released Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers, I was like, I listened the first time, I was like, Kendrick, you could have done better. Then I listened to it again. I was like, okay, I understand. It was deep. It was hella deep, the album. Then I don't know what happened. Out of nowhere, one track, another track, another track, another track, and another track, and then an album, GNX, that I'm listening to. Here's the thing, if that was one hell of a publicity stunt, then it was well played.
Mimi sionangi props za nini man.
Well played.
I don't see it.
Well, Scorsese
Kama ni
where are ya?
wanasemanga conscious, ndio?
Yeah.
Which is conscious music and shit.
Yeah.
Ni different aje na these other niggas. Because
Thank you,
wanaongeleanga
thank you.
violence, love, nini, the same two
And
emotions.
it is still poetic
I
and
don't
deep
see
at the
the
same
hype.
time.
Yeah,
To
mi
me-
sijaielewa.
To me,
It
it's
makes
like
sense.
you're sending out the same message. You're just slowing it down.
Yeah, slow too down.
Yeah, lyrically, dibbly, we did it, just for the whole
Shout
song
out, bless you,
to
we
sum
give
up
it-
that you were on the
Yeah,
block selling
yeah,
drugs.
yes, man.
Yeah.
And you could have just said that in one bar.
Yeah.
You got slap Kanini, but you were like, I'm so conscious.
Siko ubaya. Yeah.
No, I get it.
Kila msee ni good. Mimi ndo sema everybody is a good artist.
No, no,
Wote naye wako
Actually,
bie,
everyone's a
lakini
singer.
Then
Everyone's a
I'll say
singer.
this, yeah. GNX, so that was a good album. I didn't mean I can
Whacked
do
out,
Yeah.
it. But yo, Mr. Morales and whatever he was putting out
That was
before his
it
first
had,
album.
It had a
no.
couple of tracks in coffee. For me, here's the thing. Me, I'd always stand strong on my. Anyway, me, I'd always stand strong on my opinion on music.
Yeah.
Myself, like my point of view, my taste.
inafaa hiyo.
Acquired taste on the side, because I don't know, music speaks to you individually. That's why we don't like the same kind of music as much as we'd like most, some, you know.
Sinijua unajua kwa nini hatupendi the same type of music? Nijua hiyo like kuna msee ana feel relate na venye msee ana tell the story. Na feel kuna msee anataka hii story ipeano style fulani.
Okay, did you find it weird umepata kuna wase wengi wana rap na King Von like as if wana relate Kiplani?
And wase wana rap na King Von?
I don't know, like wase wanasema like wow, meet King Von. Here's the thing, King Von is a good
storyteller. Yeah. Me I fuck with him because
Adi like
your story anajua kutell story vizuri kwanza na ni trenches.
True.
Yeah.
But when you go past that manze unaanza kuingia, I don't know.
Because vitu anasema bana ni some stupid shit. Mimi niko against hizo vitu. Nikikutana msekao ni pioni kwangu usikii.
Pato msana mrap vibaya.
That's a weak nigga, man.
He's passing around the wrong information in a good way.
That's a weak nigga.
Alafu unajua most of the time wanasikiza bars, they don't understand like bits of
kuna wase unajua lazima wenyewe unajua ukianza kuwasikia you have to kwanza uende kwanza online usacha say utafute story say juu unaona ukienda kusikia say like out of the blue utakuwa unaelewa msana sema utasikia tu the flow na flow be like
crazy thing is utapata msana asikiza kina Lil Duck saizi wanasikiza dobake bado wana rap bar they don't know that guy is in court like ana answer for like charges zingine man because the charges are here's the thing, have you ever like stared into that guy's like eyes?
His huge ass.
I mean ananga ni some pretty boy man. I mean hizi chocha
Exactly.
Mimi naona kama pretty boy sionangi intimidation.
That's the thing.
Kwa mse like sio nikaa naweza ni rob akinikamia hivi nipeche unanipea ndaona nikaa
stop playing,
try to be gay or something.
How are you doing?
Give you what?
Give you what?
Pause, bro.
What?
As in you ni attitude, as in una change personality yako ku.
Yeah.
Like ina huko hivyo.
Most of what they do actually is wanatuma tu says.
Entertainment. Like the real killers are wako kwa camera. Once you kill you different.
Yeah.
Once you kill you different. In a shot some side of you.
Msemenye anaweza sema he's killed is probably why W Melly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's really done about this.
He's sketch hadi venye mental issue wake tu
mentally
unaona hizo switches. Unaonanga hizo switches hata ya kiimba nini you just feel it.
But akina Dirk it's wanalipa tu wase it's because they got the money. I didn't know who did not. It's not at it's so important or something.
That's
Believe me,
nika good example hii fine ongelea hapa.
Ni personal.
Hiyo ni snitching man, it is snitching. You gotta do. You go snitching.
You can get like $30,000 right now. Go to the States and any hood too. So I'll give you each of y'all $500. Just be in this video with me, tote your guns and whatnot.
I know, right?
Watatokea.
And if you keep giving them money, they'll stick around. They'll be like,
stick around.
This
Like,
guy's a creep.
guy.
Hey, if you got more for us, we got you. Say less, we'll be there.
That's so shit. Nijua do.
Money is treacherous. Hella treacherous.
Sana kwambia tu most of the time unafuka unaangalia na nini. Ukitaka kujua magang member, tattoos
most of the time.
Tattoos venye anawea.
What do you think about
venye
tattoos?
Anawea the flag.
Now we've done most of banter. What do you think about tattoos in this day and age, Kenya?
Kenya. To me Kenya tattoo bana ni a pressure, trauma, pain. Wasitu wako sad. If you see any tattoo, you just know that hiyo ni sadness iko hapo. That's a wrong way ya kupata a scar.
Of releasing pain, say?
Hiyo ni wrong way ya kupata scar. Mimi na prefer mse after beat the pain, the troubles zenye ana face. They ana take your mark.
Thank you.
Ona kama venye back in the days our ancestors bana venye walikuwa wanajimark.
True.
after wamepiga ma killings,
True.
after kufanya
True.
something great ndo
Here's the
nakula
thing.
ma kimpota.
Okay, most people. Okay, we talk about films, but today is not the day. But you know, film as much as they look, not generic, but it's like shady to say the least. Yeah. Black Panther, Killmonger, those stats he had, that was a mark back then. The Shaka Zulu went hard with those type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Hiyo sasa.
As in,
I've
me
scarred
ke-
like-
Hata hapa wa Sudanese hapa.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
like we can keep mentioning names.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
That's a
as
fact.
in,
Yeah,
That's
mi
yeah.
guys.
kenye naweza sema mostly vitu nyingi zimeanza nikaa cultural, ni venye sasa
Kinda
society
Yeah, they had meaning.
society
Yeah,
inaishape
for
in
me,
a
I-
negative way.
Okay,
kitu kaa-
when I ask you about
Some
tax,
As in,
rapper,
hiyo
like
shit
a some
ilikuwa
face tattoo
positive.
Yeah, manze.
Hadi-
Sasa unaona siku hizi wasa wako na tat, yeah.
iko na negative energy, ni
Yeah,
venye
iko tu
wasa
na
wameiweka.
negative energy.
Juu hadi sahii Red Indians wanaji.
That's why it
Ni
started being
cultural,
associated
like,
with criminal activity.
Yeah.
exactly.
Got tattoos,
Hey.
that shit.
Gets you like in
Yeah,
the
ni some
worst
puny shit.
situations.
Yeah. Ukiwa tattoos ni
And
some
here's the thing,
puny shit.
Okay, some guy or a chick would ask me, bro, you're a dad. Why wouldn't you have what?
Tattoo of your dad.
No. That was like, I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm trying to like put the story, make it make sense some type of way. Cause what?
So tupea tu the full truth.
Yeah, like
See, uko in caveman.
No,
mode.
I get you, bro. Like, I'm honored to be here. That's why I'm saying this. So you got a kid.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have? Now I'm like the second party coming to you with that type of sense. Like, why wouldn't you have? Why wouldn't you have what? You know? For me, I'd be like, okay, you've done that. That's okay. You are dad. Jobless. For me, I'll tell you, I wouldn't put myself in that type of situation, because we have lots of options in this day and age, you know. So like, ikikuja like umekuwa forced kufanya kitu because it's peer pressure to put on tats or like marks,
Yes,
then you come to
you're not
regret
aware what
after
you're
because
doing,
you wanted
you're
to be
not
a
aware
pilot. What do you mean? You put yourself in that situation. You get my point?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have, because it didn't mean
Yeah.
nothing past the fact you said, what, Sheila? Go suck candy somewhere. Sheila cost
No,
you like...
inge make sense angechora tat. Ka alikuwa shapata the
Can't put the like the
the
option.
job, unaona?
Exactly.
Alafu akafanya nini eh?
Well-reputed pilot.
Akalandisha plane yenye ilikuwa
Huawei.
imefail. Iko na malfunction and shit. Yeah? Akapiga landing
That's a
na amebeba
statement.
wase. Makes more sense.
That's a statement.
Hapo unaona ukipiga hiyo tat hadi msaki kuuliza yeye mbona ulichora hiyo tat? Unaambia manzee
did
tat
some.
nilichora after nilimake emergency landing bana fulani. Hii wheel ya mbele igi ya mbele ikutoka. So nililand na hizi mbili za wing.
That's actually a good system.
No, it is.
As in,
Yeah?
tattoo
Inafaa
unafaa
wase
uchore
wa
kama
army
umeachieve
wameanza kuweka
something.
watatu.
Si ndio? Yeah. Makes more sense.
As
Like
in,
inafanya
kuna
msana
sense
kuwa.
uja nini
Yeah.
ka peer pressure.
Yeah. Lakini sasa hii
Kama
tumeacha
umeachieve.
weak niggas ndo wanajichora siku hizi.
Nikaenda
Ukiona-
kukumbusha that.
Kila saa ni ukiangalia tatu zako ni pain. Msaki kama kukuuliza tatu zako ni cool. Alafu msana kama anakudab juu amekaa na energy cause hizo tatu zimembamba. Ana expect like hey, ulizichora cause
You achieve shit.
yeah, uliachieve some shit anakugotea
Anakuuliza
hizo tatu za
nini?
nini anakwambia hii bana I broke up with my girl.
Ona
Kama my first break nini hii bana ilikuwa ina party this girl yeah hii nilipata juu yeah my dad you know
You know.
Alibiasha
shit.
when I was in.
Hizo ni
unashanga umsee
Yeah, savage
What are we
lava.
doing?
That we are lean.
yeah unashanga
always keep
kuna
the
leader
double
man.
cup.
Man, I'm just
as in hizo tattoo ni
Let's go.
useless.
Wash upset body,
Ni
man.
useless hazina
What are we
positive
talking about?
meaning.
yeah man, yeah
Na inafaa ikuwe na some positive
Yeah.
meaning
True.
tattoo.
mi siwezi kuwa against that cause
I agree with you,
mimi
honey.
niko na hiyo na agree na hiyo system ya kujimark.
Juu
Yeah,
ni
mi niko
kama
sawa
ile
na-
ilikuwa kuanzia jana.
Yeah,
True.
niko sawa nao cause inafanya wasa wanakuwa more.
I won't say anything.
Tunaelewa
You said
watu. Unaona
everything.
ingekuwa na
Yeah,
mimi
yeah.
ni easy hadi wewe kutell umse ni nani.
Exactly.
For me just seeing the type of tattoo msako nayo unajua tu ya huyu ni
Exactly.
nani. Man.
I don't know. Some other this day, streets of Rongai, yeah. Cheers to the streets of Rongai, yo. Those guys go hard. So this guy had his t-shirt. So his chest, I don't know, 111 or 711. I was like,
As in, amejitatu
the guy thought like right
111
below,
meaning-
what do you call this?
Hapa hivi 911.
911, 711, 111. I couldn't see the whole thing, but it was 11.
See, 911 ya polisi dialing
That
number.
was mad. I was like, prof.
Ukiona hivyo msee, ule American.
I know I didn't look American. Shake an American
Ama
hand the other day.
influence
Farm
of the
hand
American culture.
Bwana.
Yeah.
That's why most niggas get tats out here.
Yeah.
But here's the
Wala
thing.
sasa ni maduanzi, achana ase. Ukifola ase, tunachora tat jua ase. Ase some weak niggas, man.
We, what?
Wase wana life,
We
buda.
don't.
For once to wear
Mko in the
green
best
houses.
land lakini hamna life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best mnaweza tuambia mnafanya ni vile mnakimbianga usiku. Vile mna move around just men bana, like hey. Hakuna time uko solo bana. We kila story ni wenye ulipata msee, hey, tukamtoa mbio. Tulimtoa mbio tukamshika pale
Facts.
down
Literally,
alidonda.
that's what they talk about.
Tukamvaa. Tukaenda mtaa nini Afu unasikia ndio ongelea hiyo ndio kitu anasema kwa hiyo ngoma ndio hiyo unasikia.
It's like when you homo her break the lenses.
Yeah, man. Mko tu na guns like anytime. Ape shit.
That's weak. But here's the thing. By the way, I'm honored to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
So baby.
I wanna shed some. I always say, now here's the thing. I always say, Kenya, we have mad lots of potential. You have mad lots of potential. We can make it grow ourselves. Now that's where I can say maybe, because there are lots of things that are in store that needs to be opened up. I was telling another lady the other day. I was telling her I have friends who actually skate. So I've been to places in Rongai where people actually skate, yeah? And she was like, she don't know what's the hype about. I told her, here's the thing. Skating is growing for now. Not everyone skates in Kenya, but I see actually, I see a lot of people skating. So I'd say it's a culture that's growing slowly.
But
You can
skating
always
is
open up a
foreign culture.
It is a foreign culture. But how many foreign cultures?
So those foreigners they don't culture yetu watambui.
No, but tumechukua culture mengi
the
kutoka
influence from foreign.
from our most is
We should
westernized
invent
actually.
sports. I've said this before.
Like
Yeah,
hatujijui mostly.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point thing I was saying, like Kenya, we have like now skating. You can always open up a shop,
Yeah.
sell skateboards, sell parts. People can come there. It is exactly that's the point. That's good marketing. You open up businesses for other people. You'll see other people opening up shops of their own. And that's like one of the, I don't know, not the key ways, but one of the ways you can make, I don't know, Kenya more green. Because it is green right now, but it can get greener.
For sure.
So
And I got those connects as well. I already got some connects to some organization. If I'm ever to open up a skate shop, I can get business
The
running.
locations. Yeah, man, manze. Me feel that's enough for me, man.
For real.
say less.
Yeah. Kumbuke, man, it's the caveman. Hashtag no voting 2027 unless it's us. And the only road you should be on is the road to independence. I hope wanaona. I hope wana understand your road to
Yo,
independence.
Liege, I'll be rapping.